Hi everybody, this is Steve McLaughlin and welcome to this video. Say welcome to the posse. This is kind of exclusive to my Photoshop Senior Edition folks. I wanted to show you something special today. This is a couple of buffalo from the Smoky Mountains up in Gatlinburg. So I've got way more information in this image than I want. This was taken with a Canon 80-200 2.8 lens, and so this is as close as I could get. It's a rainy day, a lot of traffic. I was in my car shooting this using my window frame to brace the lens. There's no stabilizer in this particular model. So I'm still trying to use a low ISO because I don't want any noise in the image if I can help it. But I do want to crop it, so I'm going to do a couple of things, show you a couple of things that I'm going to do. So I click on the image to bring up the crop. If I don't like this particular grid, I can press O on my keyboard, and I can change the grid marks to several different styles. And I do like for this particular image, I do like the bigger grid. Okay, so I'm going to basically, I want this to be a 11 by 14 at 300, and I'm going to get rid of this garbage. This is a fence, part of a fence down here at the bottom. And I'm going to put this buffalo here in this bottom third, and I don't care about this one falling on that third either. This is kind of nice way to fall. So this isn't technically the rule of the thirds, but pretty close. So I'm satisfied with this. I might bring that up just a little bit. So I'm going to double click this to complete the crop. Now when I zoom in, let me hold down my control key and hold down the space bar, and I'm going to click a few times, and you see my focus isn't bad here, and especially considering that we've cropped it quite a bit as well. So it's not terrible. We're at 66%. Let's go ahead and go to 100. It's, like I say, it's not terrible, but it's certainly not great either. So let's think in terms of how we can sharpen this thing up. Well, now with the newer Photoshop versions, I automatically, before I ever finish my image, I'm certainly going to go to sharpen and shake reduction. But in this case, I'm going to go more than 100% because I want to watch out for any noise jumping into there, any RGB noise especially. So I'm going to go ahead and say I want to go to 200%. So I just typed in a 2 and hit enter, and it's a little bit noisy already, but I'm going to go ahead and go to filter, sharpen, shake reduction. Now let me resize this screen as best I can. It's not going to let me do tons of that because it's a particular screen. Now I don't know if this box does not open up for you automatically. If you don't see this when you open up shake reduction, be sure and come over here and see how that disappeared. Make sure that show blur estimation regions is right here, and I always move this to my most important area. I resize it, and for example, if this were a portrait of someone and I focused on their eyes, I would put this box more up on their face at the eye. I'm going to go ahead and jerk this blur trace bounds up more. I'm going to put it around 40, and I'm going to wait till this warning signs is gone, warning sign. And when it disappears, I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now, I'm not seeing a lot of artifacts. This has done a pretty good job as far as, I mean, it's not beautiful, but as I zoom out, look at how good this looks right now. And if I go over to my history, look at the difference that this has made in quality. To me, the shake reduction filter is absolutely amazing. Now this is where we started. I'm going to move this over. This is where we are now. I'm going to use my navigation tool to get me back. Now, here's what I really want to do. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to go back in my history to where I just cropped it. I'm going to go back and do this again, because here's what I really want to show you. Most of you are familiar with shake reduction, but many of you are not familiar with what I'm going to show you now. Because I'm even going to go more than that. I'm going to take it up to about 50. So I'm going to just type 50 in and wait for the warning sign to go away. I'm going to do this in real time, so I'm not turning anything off. I want you to see how long it takes. Okay, it's off. I'm going to click OK, and this is going to, vary depending on the power of your machine, whether you're on a laptop, desktop, your processor speed, and so forth. It's warned me that it hadn't finished, so I didn't realize that it hadn't. Okay, now we can go back. So now it's made a huge change. Now, if I go over here and click on anything to see the before and after, I can't do what I want to show you. Here's what I want to show you. Go to Edit and down to Fade Shake Reduction. This is like an undo slider that we can apply. So here's all the way off. You see, this is all the detail I got out of that really nice lens. I can bring this up a little at a time until I say, that's not bad, and it isn't. Or I can go for the whole ball of wax, which I'm just still blown away by the shake reduction filter. So, wherever you think you can get by with selling this is where you can take this slider. Now, most of the filters that I'm aware of, all of them I really believe, have this fade under the edit menu. So you can go too far with any of those. For example, Gaussian blur. The various filters, just, there's no reason why you shouldn't go too far on some of them and then do the fade. I like that there a lot. I think that's just looking, pretty gorgeous in reality. I think if I did a 11 by 14 print, it's going to come out pretty nice. Now, of course, he's way in the background. This was actually shot at 2.8, so he's just nothing. There's no detail on him at all. As a matter of fact, there's some big time noise showing up on him. So if I do go back to where it was cropped, you see it did put some extra noise on him, but that's tolerable. I mean, we're at 100%. Let's look at 200% and see. Yeah, the noise is definitely more pronounced. So you got to look at those particular things. What are you willing to sacrifice in your image? I don't think that being that much in the background, anybody's going to really worry about that. If we go to 200%, typed in 200, let's use the navigation tool up there. I just don't think that's going to be troublesome if we printed this, which I won't. But if I did, I would crop this image down to something that would just have this. Basically, this would be more my image right here, something like this. But I won't print this, but I just wanted you to see the shake reduction filter on a slider. All right? Thanks for tuning in, gang. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.